Hello and welcome. This video probably isn't going to do as well as many of my other videos, but I'm okay with that. Today, we're taking this PC, it's a Dell Optiplex 980 that I found in the trash a couple years ago, and it's just been sitting ever since. I genuinely haven't tested it. The only thing I do remember is this was out of the system for some reason. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but we're going to find out. We're going to take this and we're going to hopefully get it working enough to donate it to someone who really needs it. You see, after the last video that I posted, when I was cleaning up, an elderly gentleman came up and asked if I sold computers. He saw this. I had the door open to let the breeze in. It was a nice day. And I told him yes, I did. And he explained that he likes to dabble with music creation, which, pretty cool. And his current PC was dying. Now, he didn't ask me to fix it. I offered, but I don't know. He just didn't want me to touch it. So, hopefully we're going to get this working and then just give it to him. I told him I'd sell him a PC, but we're doing it for free. But that's not the only thing that we've got today. I've got scissors. So, a little bit of an update on the kid's PC, the one that we've been preparing. We've got that AM5 motherboard, and I have done everything I can. I just cannot get it to work. There's one thing left we can try, but it's rather drastic. And that is to update the BIOS without a CPU or memory. I've heard that it works, but it is not guaranteed. Put those scissors away before I break something. So what I've done, there we go, is I've gone ahead and put my own money into the ring. That's an odd choice of packing material. Open bubble mailer. In that same video yesterday, this i5-12400 was donated. It is untested, but generally these CPUs are pretty tanky, so there's a very good chance that it works. And on that chance that it works, I picked up this B760 board. It's nothing special, but supposedly it works just fine. So we're going to grab the RAM that we borrowed out of that AM5 system, slap it in here, slap the CPU in here real quick, and just see if it works. Let's find out. Whoever packaged this did a really poor job. This is not anti-static. If anything, this is extra static. We heard you like static with your motherboard, so we added extra static. I see a bent pin. That sucks. But there's only one. Where's my screwdriver? That ought to do it. Paper. Reasonable packing material for anti-static. Repurposed instruction bag. Not anti-static. What kind of cooler goes on here? Do I have one? Will this fit? No. This fits just enough. Just enough for us to test. Now this has onboard HDMI, but we don't have our HDMI monitor handy. So let's just go ahead, get some paste on that. Don't do what I do. This is not how you do this. Good enough. That's in. Let's grab a graphics card real quick. Grab that RAM. Power supply. VGA capable graphics card. Now all we want to do is see something on this screen. If we see something there, we can call that a success. Now, will it turn on automatically? Looks like a no. Power button acquired. Uh-oh. DRAM. No! Okay. This is important. The DRAM light on here is on. Which means it... Wait a minute. Just turned off. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was worried. So the RAM's probably fine then. The other board probably isn't. Oh, God. Okay. So this means we can use this system as a backup, just in case we can't get the AM5 system to work. Now, I would like to get the AM5 system to work, but, I mean, we have a CPU, we have a motherboard for this one. I don't have a proper cooler. Speaking of, if any of you have a spare socket 1700 cooler, it would be awesome if you could send it my way. Now that this is tested, let's get on to the video. Okay, so we've got this Optiplex 980. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's inside it. All I know is that this has been loose the entire time. So let's go ahead and pop this off and do something I probably should have done when I first got the system, which is to look inside. Oh. I kind of wish I hadn't. Let's get you closer. Okay. Let's get this over with. Ugh. Oh my God. This is disgusting. Look at that. Oh. No BIOS battery. No memory. Already off to a good start. Oh, we got an extra SATA cable. Cool. Hard drive isn't hooked up. No optical drive. I have my suspicions that this dude oh God, it's just... Oh boy. I have a feeling this dude's going to need an optical drive, so we'll figure that out later. Let's just... Yeah. Okay, there's no way I'm doing this inside my garage. I know the light isn't the greatest here, but let's see what we can do. Honestly, that wasn't too bad, but it is mostly human hair, which is really gross. Well, it's clean enough to touch. Let's get back into the studio. Well, that was pretty gross. So, oh, what do I want to do with this thing? There's there's still hair all over it, but it's just so hard to get out. I'm going to have to actually brush this. Ugh. Well, that's why God invented makeup brushes. Specifically for this purpose, and for nothing else. My biggest concern is these RAM slots. A couple of hairs stuck in there and we're out of business. Oh God, it's everywhere. Okay, I think at this point what we should do is grab a CMOS battery, which I'm running kind of low on. I need to pick up some more. And let's pop this in first and foremost. A lot of these systems just straight up will not boot if they have a dead CMOS battery in them. In fact, that seems to be one of the leading causes that people throw these away. So let's see. Another thing is, these systems hate dual rank RAM. That's why you sometimes see when you're looking at RAM on eBay, they'll say low density versus high density. Intel systems back in the day, like these are dual rank sticks of RAM. That does not mean dual sided, it just means dual rank. These will work in this system in single channel mode. They will not work in dual channel. And I think this system might be limited to 2 gig sticks. So, shoot, I don't know if I've got any 2 gig sticks that are single rank. Well, let's go ahead and just put a 4 gig stick in here and see what happens. You know, worst that'll happen is it doesn't boot up, but it was already in the garbage, so who cares? Wait a minute, we forgot to repaste the CPU. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Because who knows what the thermal paste looks like on this thing. Ooh. Well, that's not clean. Okay. What even do we have in here? Optiplex 980. Is that like, it says i5 V Pro, so it's probably like an i5, I don't know, 2400. This paste wasn't actually that bad. Still kind of goopy. It's good. Or it could be bad. Maybe someone replaced it and the system's just broken. We have an i5 660. Ugh. Disgusting. That's a 2-core, 4-thread i5, one of the real early ones. So let's get this slapped back in. It's a really stupid cooler design. So, in theory, this is probably enough to boot. Now, I am curious. It's got one of those do not use things on the VGA connector. I'm pretty sure this does have onboard graphics. So maybe they had a graphics card from the factory, and they just blocked that off so people wouldn't be stupid enough to try and use the onboard graphics. Well, right now, we do want to use the onboard. We want to see if this thing will fire up. I don't think it'll work with 4 gigs of RAM, but if I don't test it, someone in the audience will be like, actually, I got it to work just fine. So let's see what happens. Where's the power? Oh. The system is technically on. Oh! Hey! It's going to tell us how much RAM it has? Time of day. You know what? We need a keyboard. Apparently this is okay with a 4 gig stick of RAM. Okay. Got myself a keyboard. And I want to stress that just because it fires up does not mean it likes the 4 gig stick of RAM. It might be detecting it as a 2 gig stick. This is also dual rank, and I've already gone over the issues with that. So F. Oh, this keyboard's got that weird button issue. That's right. System setup. I need to clean this keyboard. One of the buttons sticks when you first power the system on. That took a while to get to. Oh, I bet you we have mouse support in this BIOS. System board, okay. It does detect the 4 gig stick of DDR3. That's amazing. My 5660. Okay. Does this thing support 16 gigs of RAM? Probably not. Well, you know what? That works for me. I wonder if we can get a second 4 gig stick to work. Now this will have to be in a separate channel, and I'll show you why. This is this stick of RAM installed in the same channel. There's no way this just works. I've fought these systems for years trying to get this exact setup to work. There's no way. No, I'm stupid. I put it in the second channel. Okay. Number of active channels, 2. Okay, I'm stupid. Let's go ahead and put this in the same channel as the first stick. And now I can show you. This should not boot. What? Okay. Well. Huh. We're going to put this back in the other slot so we get dual channel. I am extremely surprised by that. That, in theory, should not have worked. But it did. So I guess I learned something new today. I guess it's only some Dell systems that are extremely picky with dual rank memory. Now the question is, do we give this guy just 8 gigs? I think we do. I don't have a huge amount of DDR3 4 gig sticks. I've got a growing number, but not enough, and this is a free PC. So, let's pull this hard drive. How does one do that exactly? Ow! Oh! Thank you, Dell. God, I hate these designs. Get out of there. This is, in fact, the worst. God, I hate these so much. Now this hard drive is this hard drive does not actually say how big it is, so we're going to assume that it's dead, and we're actually going to put in this SSD that I got on Facebook Marketplace, which, that'll make the system seem faster anyway. So let's get that connected up here. Looks like this will go to our optical drive. So this longer one can go like that. Yeah, that looks about right. And now we need an optical drive. Now Adam dropped a couple off. This is a pretty standard DVD burner. Now, how does Dell want this to go in? I'm assuming there's some sort of special screw they want. And you know what? I think I might have some. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. I think that might be one. These are somehow glued together. How did that happen? Well, those are useless. I think those are the ones I need. Let's find out. No, these are not. What was that? That was another screw. Well, those don't work. We need to find something else. This might work. Those three might work. Let's find out. The answer is yes, but does this have to be installed? Something's wrong here. This uses a, oh, there we go. Okay, it's just a pain in the butt. Okay. Well, optical drive is in. It is plugged into power. We've got 8 gigs of RAM. Now, there's a couple of important things to do when you want a slow computer to feel fast. An SSD is the biggest one. The second biggest one is a graphics card. Now let's get this put back in. Is this just... I've never seen this taken out. How... is this... Why was that taken out? Is this half height? Looks like half height. If so, we can probably just use this. I don't know what this card is. AMD 109C86957-00. I don't know what this is. We'll find out though. And I guess that's good enough for Dell. Ugh. Where's that? Here it is. Oh, for the first time in who knows how long, we're going to have this actually closed. Now that's still pretty gross, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my cleaning supplies, and we'll get that taken care of real fast. Not bad for a dumpster PC. Let's see if it will display out using this graphics card. Survey says, first of all, does this optical drive work? Well, we get a display. Optical drive is upset. You know, at this point, I think that we can safely just go ahead and install Windows 10. See what happens. Now, of course, we have our familiar iOD ST300. This has a bunch of ISO files on it. Unfortunately, this computer does not have USB 3, so we're going to be operating at USB 2 speeds. So we are going to just select the Windows ISO, which happens to be the first file here, and now we reboot. We should be booting directly into that. The system will see it as a virtual CD-ROM drive. Now let's... Oh, shut up. I need to replace this keyboard or get it cleaned. We've got activity. We had something weird on the screen. Oh, gotta love that USB 2 loading time. By the way, this optical drive was donated to us by Adam. Thank you very, very much, Adam. And the RAM that's currently in this PC was also donated to us by Daniel. Thank you very much. Oh, it's finally ready. Okay. Well, I mean, other than the fact that it took a billion years to load, I was probably standing here for a good 7 minutes. But that's USB 2 for you. So we're going to go ahead and just continue with this. And with any luck... Oh, this damn keyboard. There we go. With any luck, I'll see you on the desktop. It doesn't see the SSD. We're going to go ahead and dive right back into that BIOS and see if maybe the port's just disabled, which certainly could be a possibility. I could have also bought a bad SSD on Facebook Marketplace. We will find out. We'll also find out if the BIOS supports a mouse, which I think it does. Yes, okay, drives. SATA operation. No, we don't want RAID, we want AHCI, yes. Let's Smart drives, okay. None of them are selected. That's hilarious. Okay. Which one, because we've got two SATA devices, which one is empty? There's 3 options, but there's 4 SATA ports. Looks like SATA 0 and SATA 1 are the ones connected. And SATA 0 is the only SATA 3 port, the rest are SATA 2. So 0, 1, uncheck 2, and apply. Gotta wait again now. Ah, okay. Well, I'll see you in 1,000 years. Oh, hold on a second. There's Windows 10's already on this SSD? Nah, we're wiping. Thought about just using it, but wiping it's the safer option. So let's go ahead and hit our boot menu this time. Is it... What's it doing? Alright, well I'm just going to go ahead and force power off. Get this set back to the Windows ISO. Come on. Are we displaying on the internal graphics? What's going on? Yeah, we are. Okay. System setup. Let's make sure that we don't... Why is it displaying through the onboard video? Primary video. Should be auto. Huh. Well, that's strange. Let's go ahead and assume that was a fluke. Back to the card. Perfect. Okay, so that was weird. Time to wait once again. Let's see, USB-C to ROM drive. There we go. I assume that this is also going to take 10,000 years, but maybe not. Okay, take 2. This time we should at least see the SSD, now that the port's been turned on. I do find it a little bit silly that on a lot of Dell systems, even today, the SATA ports are off by default. There's no real reason to do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, drive 0, we're going to delete all those partitions. And now I can say, with any luck, we actually will see you on the desktop. And there we have it. Now, I do need to get drivers installed. So since this is Windows 10, I don't have to worry about connecting to the internet. I'm going to bring this up to my apartment, get all the drivers installed, install a couple of games just to test and see what it can do. I mean, after all, I still don't know what that graphics card is. So we will be right back. Well, I suppose it's time to try out some games. Now, what I have done is I've installed OBS Studio on here, so we're going to try to record from this machine as we play those games instead of using an external capture solution. Let's see what it can do. And there we go. It is all yours.
Okay.
Do you use HDMI or do you use VGA?
It was BGA.
I'll give you that as well.
Oh, okay.
That's the adapter, so you can use that.
Okay.
And that's it. It's yours.
Thank you, sir. I definitely appreciate it. It will be put to good use.
I hope so.
Oh, it definitely will. Thank you.
Hey, you have a good one.
You too.
And there we have it. Honestly, not bad performance. The recipient actually showed up before I was done testing, so I had to cut it a little bit short, but he seems to like it. Good news is, I'm already planning next weekend's video where we've got to try and save this. So, if you like what you saw today, like and subscribe. Patreon's down in the description below, as is our P.O. Box if you want to make donations to help with that donation PC. And with that, thank you for watching. That's going to be a tough one.